Hi, welcome. Thank you for checking out my channel. My name is Julie Shannon Williams, and we're here today to do a chair yoga class that focuses on the upper, the middle, and the lower back. Those of you watching might have found this because maybe you struggle with some chronic pain. Maybe you have persistent pain that carries on for 3 to 6 months or beyond. And I'm happy you're here because it is really important to move amidst the pain, but we're often not shown how. So one thing I really like to emphasize is if there's anything that I cue that doesn't feel right in your body, please give yourself full permission to choose to close your eyes and imagine yourself moving in that manner. It's really important to do this. You don't want to push yourself. This isn't a no pain, no gain kind of situation. You don't have to worry about that. So remove that for yourself and really listen to your body and let yourself decide what you need today. With that being said, I'll cue all the movements, and especially we want to incorporate how we're breathing as we do this. So let's get started. Okay, find that comfortable chair, please, and just allow your pelvis that space to rest. I often like to regard the pelvis as like a bowl full of water. And if we have it tilted in any direction, you imagine the water kind of pooling out. So side to side or front to back. See if you can find that position where the pelvis is neutral. And then from there, we lift tall through the spine. Relax the shoulders from the ears. And just take some time here to place the hands down on the thighs or maybe up and open. See how it feels to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, and then allow the feet that space to rest to the floor, which often softens the thighs, relaxes at the pelvis. And if it feels comfortable to you, go ahead and just close your eyes or find a soft gaze at the floor. And I invite you to slowly inhale through the nose and exhale out the nose or the mouth. Good. Another breath just like that, breathing in. And with your exhale, imagine softening the muscles at the shoulders, letting the pelvis release to the chair. Good. Let's do one more breath, breathing in and letting go. Wonderful. And if your eyes are closed, just take a moment to slowly flutter them open. So whether you're choosing to do this in the morning, midday, or evening, see if you can set aside the day. I know that the mind often stays really active, and it's okay if those thoughts come and go, but we can always bring it back to the breath. So let's get started here. Let's take our time here first with getting into the shoulders. So I'm going to relax the arms at the side and kind of shake them out. And then as I inhale, slowly creep the shoulders up toward the ears, roll them back, and then down. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, shoulder blades come towards one another and melt it down. Wonderful. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Great. Rest again the palms here, soften the jaw, relax the tongue. Take a breath in and sigh it out, let it go. Great. Now we'll do a little bit with the head and neck. And again, check in with your body, what feels best for you today. So I'm going to inhale as I sit nice and tall through the spine. And as I exhale, I'm going to slowly release one ear toward one shoulder, but keeping the shoulders soft and relaxed. Tailbone resting to the chair. And if I'd like to, I can take this arm, the opposite side, and maybe hold the chair or reach it slightly behind. So I feel a nice stretch through the opposite side of the neck here. Maybe a gentle tuck of the chin here, breathing in and let it go. Soften the muscles of the face. Let's do one more breath. Good. You can stay here if you'd like, or as you exhale, tuck the chin even closer, looking down towards the opposite thigh. And now you find a stretch in the trapezius muscle. the muscle in the back on the top of the shoulders. Take a breath in and sigh it out. Good. Another inhale here. And then with your exhale, slowly move back to a neutral position. Relax both hands. Breathing in center. And soften, let it go. Great. Now we're going to switch to the opposite side. If your mind is in a hurry, see if you can just slow it down. We'll get there. Good. Another breath here. Take your time. Beautiful. And inhale. And then moving with our exhale, slowly release opposite ear toward opposite shoulder. You don't have to go far to feel this. See if you can soften the shoulders down, stacking the shoulders above the hips. Maybe the opposite hand comes to rest to the side of the chair or reach slightly back. Feel that beautiful stretch in the side of the neck and let it be soft, nothing forceful or effort. Relax the muscles between the eyebrows. As a friend of mine likes to say, your face doesn't need to do the pose as well. Take a breath in and sigh it out. Feel free to stay in this position, or if you'd like to, add an extension. Gently tuck the chin. Now looking down towards this thigh, the opposite thigh, finding a nice stretch in the trapezius muscle. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Great. And then again, inhale, exhale, find that space to travel very slowly, gently to neutral, relax the hands, and come to center. Breathing here, and let it go. You'll hear me cue breathing a lot, because it's really important as we do these practices. Good. We want to let the nervous system know that even though we're doing these kind of odd positions of the body, all is okay. Great. Okay, so let's do one more with the head and neck here. So we're really emphasizing the upper back at this point. We're going to keep our chin parallel to the floor and inhaling in center. And then as you exhale, rotate to look out and over your shoulder. You might not go that far. That's okay. Go to the natural stopping point. Relax the tailbone to the chair. Tall spine. Pause here. Inhale. And then as you exhale, take your time very gently to travel back to the front. Great. Pause here. Take a breath. And then with your next exhale, gently to the opposite side. Keep again the chin parallel to the floor. You don't need to go far to feel this. Good. Relax the shoulders when you get there. Take a breath in. And then exhale slowly and gently back to the front. Just take your time. Wonderful. Maybe a little bit of movement would feel good in between. So we've done with our head, neck, and shoulders. Now we're going to focus on the mid-back. We're going to do 2 movements there. So on this one, I like to raise my arms up, but again, if you have a shoulder injury, you're welcome to keep the elbows a little bit lower. So I usually bring my elbows up about shoulder height with palms facing forward, feet resting to the floor. And I tend to do this when I raise my arms. My tailbone tends to lift a little bit. So see if you can again come to that bowl full of water, the neutral pelvis resting to the chair. Good. And then from this position, as we inhale, bring the elbows back slightly, open the chest, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. You don't have to go far. Pull the belly to the spine to assist. And then as you exhale, bring the palms to touch in front. Maybe the elbows touch too. They don't have to. Good. With your inhale, keep elbows raised. Open it up. Breathe deep. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Get into that mid-back area. Good. Exhale. Take your time to travel. Nice and slow. Good. Beautiful. Inhale once again to open. Moving very slowly, mindfully, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Open up, front of the body. And then exhale. Take your time to bring the palms to touch. And maybe pause here. Bring the elbows towards me just a bit. Find that rounding of the shoulder blade. And then slowly release the arms down. Shake it out. Let it go. Beautiful, everyone. Nice job. So that's one of the movements for the mid back. It's such a hard spot to get to. We're going to do one more, and again, check in with yourself to see if this feels right in your body. We're going to start by taking one hand to the back of the head, and I don't want to push my head forward so my chin tucks down. I want to keep that parallel chin once again, and then bring the elbow back just a little bit here. So I've got a nice openness through this armpit, through this shoulder. Feet are resting, and as I inhale, I'm going to trace this elbow back and up behind me and lift the heart. I'm going to look up a little bit toward the ceiling. And then as I exhale, engage the core, begin to bring the elbow down and around. I don't have to go all the way down here. I'm crossing the body slightly, gentle with the head and neck. Good. Pull the belly to the spine as you inhale. Open back up. Take your time. Breathe in and then exhale. Go nice and slow, cross the body. Again, I'm not pushing the back of the head. I'm going at the core of the body. Good. Pull the belly to the spine to assist as you lift up. Breathe it in once more. Nice and slow at your pace. You can choose to go quicker than me. You can choose to go slower. Let this be your practice. Round slightly here. Good. And then come back, lift it up. Shake that arm out. Let that go. Wonderful. And again, we pause. We know that the brain wants to go right to the next side, but we're going to check in with the body here. So we're going to breathe in through the nose and let it go. Great. And then we're ready. So go ahead as you're ready again. Again, I'm not going to push my head forward. I'm going to keep this neutral and gently bring the elbow back here. Good. And with my inhale, core is engaged. Go ahead and lift and open. Find that breath. And then as I exhale, belly to the spine, bring the elbow across the body and round slightly here. Find that stretch in the mid-back. Pull the belly to the spine. Lift up with your inhale. See if you can go nice and smooth with this action. Good. Take your time with your exhale. Round and cross. Good. Once more here. Take your time. Inhale. Nice and slow and smooth. Let this be third time. Relaxed exhale. Soften the shoulders. Round and release. Wonderful. And then again, come back to neutral. Relax and shake out this arm. Let this side go. Good. And then just come to pause here. Maybe a roll of the shoulders if that feels good. Resting the palms, wiggling the toes. Come back into the body. Breathing in. And let it go. Excellent. Okay, so now we focused on the mid-back. Now we're going to go to the low back. And one thing I want to emphasize too is you hear me pull, say, belly button toward the spine. When we talk about the core is not just the abdomen, it's definitely the low back and mid back as well. Those muscles all are supporting the spine. We're supporting the body. So as we do this emphasis of the low back, see how it feels to incorporate both strengthening at the front and stretching and lengthening through the back. So from here, I'm going to take my hands to the thighs or to the knees, wherever it feels most comfortable. And as my teacher used to say, we're going to clean out the honey jar or the peanut butter jar. We're finding stretch and lengthening through the low back, but we're also engaging the core for support. So from here, I'm going to just tilt my body. Now notice I'm not crunching. I'm going to keep the lift of the spine, and I'm going to lean to one side. Inhaling. And then as I exhale, I'm going to come around to the front. Pelvis stays seated. Inhale over to this side. Lengthen the arms as you lean back. Deep breath in. Good. Coming forward with your exhale. We're just rounding, but the spine stays nice and tall. Notice my head and neck are still. Inhale as I lean back. So when I lean back, I'm activating the strength of the core. And as I exhale, I'm finding a nice, beautiful stretch in the low back. Wonderful. Let's do one more in this direction. Really, truly take your time, noticing these muscles. Coming all the way around. And then we're going to switch gears. We're going to go the opposite direction. So I'm inhaling as I come back, and then exhale, bend the elbows, come forward, all the way around. So I feel that nice on the side of the body too when I come to the sides. Exhale to come forward. Good. Take your time here. Let's do 2 more full circles. Relax the jaw, soften the shoulders. Oftentimes, other small areas of the body, the muscles want to overactivate when we're doing something new. So we're trying to just have that emphasis be on the one area of the body as we move, and especially noticing our breath. Good, beautiful. And then as you come to the top, just pause once again, relax the shoulders, soften the jaw. Take a breath in and exhale it out. Wonderful. Great. Okay, so now we've done a little bit stretch with the low back. We're going to get a little bit into the hips here, which also helps with these muscles, hips, low back area. So I have some options for you. One option might be to take this ankle and rest it on top of the other, and we're just gently releasing the leg down. We're just coming to a nice hip opener here. These muscles all along the hips help with the low back. If we have tight hip muscles, our low back tends to be also tight. So this is one option. We're just going to gently rest. If it's accessible to you and you can bring your foot up to the top of this thigh, it's okay if your knee is raised, but I want you to flex through this foot and see if you can relax the leg down slightly. Beautiful. Now if this is too much, take it down to that first one. There's no shame. So let's lift tall here through the spine, relax the shoulders, and just pause here. If it feels comfortable, go ahead and close the eyes. Relax the jaw. Now your hands might have the death grip. See if you can soften through the hands a bit. And just breathe here. If it feels comfortable and you can imagine this in your mind's eye, we're breathing in our breath. Imagine as you exhale, you can soften this hip muscle just a bit. Breathe in again. The muscles near and around this hip can relax. Good. The spine is nice and tall. Take one more breath. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, use your hands. If your leg is raised, go ahead and release it down. If it's crossed, bring it back to neutral. And just pause here. Noticing again how the body feels. Maybe you feel sensations at this hip. Maybe this one feels like it needs something, a little bit of love and attention. Take another breath in and sigh it out. Great. And then we'll switch gears. So again, I encourage you to check here to see if this might be best for you. And this is a nice stretch. Just open it up here. If this feels accessible, take a chance to bring it up. Flexing through this foot will help keep the alignment of the knee. And again, it's okay if it's raised. We want to think about lifting tall through the spine and then see if there's a little space to soften through that hip now. And please know, we are not symmetrical creatures, one side to the next. It's often very different. So again, see if you can relax the shoulders here, soften the jaw, and just take a moment to breathe. See if you can notice any muscles that are trying to help or assist, and allow them a little space to let go. Relax. Good. Another breath in. Another breath out. Good. One more here. And soften. Wonderful. When you're ready, use your hands. Slowly guide the leg down. And then just come to pause. Tall spine, soften the jaw. And check in to see how this feels. Breathing in here. And let it go. Great. We're going to do another hip opener here. And nice, really deep stretch through the low back. So I'm going to come to scoot to the edge of my chair and take my legs out to the side. So I want to check in to see that the knees and the feet are facing in the same direction in this position. And I'm going to take my hands and just rest the meaty part of the palms on the thighs and the fingers pointing down. And from here, I'm going to slowly bring my shoulders just slightly in front of the hips. Good. Now to find this stretch, I'm going to bring one shoulder forward as I inhale first. Exhale, bring one shoulder forward. This allows for a nice stretch in the low back. Pull the belly to the spine as you inhale to come up. Exhale, opposite side. Take your time. Good. Belly to the spine again. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you're going faster than I am. Maybe you're going slower. You choose. I'm just getting a nice stretch in the low back here. Good. Take your time. One more on this side. Good. Inhaling, coming up. This time we're going to add an extension if you'd like. You can feel free to continue doing what you're doing. Or as I bring this shoulder forward, the same hand is going to push this thigh open and get a nice hip opener here. So kind of check to see how this feels in your body. Slight lean forward. Inhale. As I exhale, bring the shoulder forward, push the palm and open the leg up. Good. Inhale, belly to the spine to help. Nice. Exhale, shoulder forward, same side. Open up the hip. Good. Another breath. First side. Again, you don't have to do the hip opener if you don't want to. You can always visualize any of these options. Final side. Exhale. Beautiful. And then come all the way up, core is assisting. Bring the legs into center. Scoot back to your chair just a little bit. And then again, let the pelvis come to release here. Notice the soles of the feet, maybe wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Find the position of the hands that feels best. A little bit of grounding, a little bit of softening. Check in to see how it feels first to push the soles of the feet into the floor, push the heels in, and notice how it activates the quadriceps. Now let that go and let the feet be heavy. And then allow the pelvis to do the same. Every yoga pose has duality. So one area of the body is rooting down into the earth. The other area of the body is lifting high toward the sky. So see if you can find this within the chair. Relax the lower half of the body, and then see if you can find that lift through the spine toward the sky. And if it feels comfortable, once again, maybe you close your eyes or find a soft gaze to the floor. We're kind of winding down our practice here. So let the pelvis release. And I encourage you just to kind of do a little scan of the body. Check to see how you feel from head to toe. And see if you can be the observer, the witness, not the critic. See if you can just notice areas that maybe feel a little different after that movement practice. See if you can notice your response to those sensations, positively or negatively. We're just noticing how the breath feels as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Good, let's do another breath here. Tall spine. Let it go. Maybe as you continue to breathe here, you can relax the body once more. And possibly on this next inhale, imagine inviting in a sense of gratitude for taking this time for yourself to move amidst the pain. Beautiful. Exhale out the heavy, the hard, and the challenging. Another breath in. Let it go. And if you'd like to, invite in this phrase with your next inhale. Breathe in the words, I am. And exhale, safe. Good. One more breath, just like that. I am. And exhale, safe. And just notice how the body feels with your eyes closed or that soft gaze. See how it feels to just relax and let the body find some ease. Thank you so much for for joining in on this practice. I hope you enjoyed this chair yoga practice for the upper, the middle, and the low back. And I encourage you to watch it over and over again. Please like and subscribe. Maybe you share it with someone that you love, that you think that they might benefit from this type of movement as well. And I wish you well on your path to easing pain.